Hi everyone, my name is Elena Buttgright. I'm an admissions counselor here at Binghamton University in New York. And I'm here today to answer some of your questions and give you some information about Binghamton University. And here on my side, which you can't really see in the woman behind the curtain, Teresa Figueroa, who is another admissions counselor here at Binghamton University. And so I am going to start off first by giving you a little bit of information about Binghamton and talking to you a little bit about the college admissions process and the search process specifically for you students. And so first I want to say we are Binghamton University, and we're really excited to be able to talk to you today about our institution. And so Binghamton University, we are a part of the SUNY system. We are a state institution, and so we are one of the 64 campuses of the SUNY system, and we are really excited about that. We are one of the 4 university centers. And so while you're searching through for a college, you might have a lot of questions about what is right for you and about finding the right fit. And so today I want to show you a couple of those questions. And so, can I get as much from a public university as a private school? This might be something that you're thinking about, and of course you can. You can absolutely get as much from a public university as a private school, but a public school does have a different offer different opportunities for you at a fraction of the cost as some of the private schools, and that is exciting. Like I said, we are a part of the SUNY system, so we're one of the 64 campuses. We are a university, which means that we are a little bit larger than some other campuses. We're about 12,000 undergraduates at Binghamton University, and we do offer over 300 academic programs. Can I enrich someone's life other than my own? This might be something that's very important to you, and I'm sure it is. And so can you enrich someone's life other than your own at Binghamton? Of course you can. And so while you're looking for your colleges, think about the different experiences you can have on campus. Can you volunteer? Can you be involved in different organizations that will be benefiting your community? Is that something that's important to you? And can you get that experience at that institution? At Binghamton, you absolutely can. There are multiple organizations on campus specifically designed to help our Binghamton community as well as communities around the world. How do I spend my college career? This is something that's important to you. How do you want to spend your college career? Do you have a major you might be interested in? Are you undecided? Is there programs you might want to explore? Do you have specific organizations that you might want to join? Do you want to join a sports team? This is important for you to start thinking about and start looking at different institutions that can offer you a lot of opportunities to explore. Can I learn from distinguished faculty? No matter where you end up going to college, can you learn from distinguished faculty is a very important question to be asking yourself. Because if you're studying in a field, you want to make sure you're learning from experts. And at Binghamton, 94% of our faculty do have their PhD. And so they are really experts at what they do. They are researching in their field, and they are able to give you the opportunity to learn from experts. Can I conduct my own research? You can absolutely conduct your own research on campus, and the really important thing is that to acknowledge is that research is not just being done in our sciences. So research doesn't only look like her on the screen. Research is being done in every single one of our majors, and so research is being done in anthropology, English, sociology, dance even. And research is being done in those fields so that you can actually hop onto a research project with a professor or with a grad student or with a PhD candidate and be able to work in your field. And there's actually some students that do research in their classes. And so, for example, we have a professor here, her name's Libby Tucker, and she's in the English department. She actually has her students go home during break and research urban legends and ghost stories in their hometown. So at the end of the semester, you're actually published in a book at the end of the semester. So you could potentially be a freshman or a sophomore in college and be a published writer, which is an amazing experience and a really great thing to put on your resume. And so while you're looking for colleges, it is really important that you're thinking about the right fit for you and what it means to be going to this college and finding a place that is really the right fit for you as a person, because every person is very different, and you want to make sure you're finding somewhere that's going to give you the best college experience you possibly can. And so you want to be thinking about, do they have my major? Is it the right size for me? But also, do I like the way the campus functions? Is there enough for me to do? Is it the right size? Is it the right atmosphere? Is it rural, suburban, urban? Things like that for you, because you're finding a place where you're going to be living for 4 years. And that's very important to think about, all of those lifestyle questions. So I'll talk a little bit more about the breakdown of our colleges before I get into some of our questions that we have popping up on screen already. But I'll talk to you a little bit more about how Binghamton University is broken down. So as a university, we're actually broken down into smaller colleges. And those smaller colleges are home to different majors and different academic programs. And so the Harper College of Arts and Sciences is our largest program. It is home to most of our majors. So I mentioned before that we do have a very large population of majors. We have 130 different programs you can participate in. But most of those are found in the Harper College. And the Harper College is home to our sciences, our biology, our chemistry, things like that. It's home to our fine arts. It's home to our social sciences, liberal arts, so English, our languages, our history, our dance. All of those are a part of the Harper College of Arts and Sciences. We have our Thomas J. Watson School of Engineering and Applied Sciences. So for any of you future engineers out there, we do offer our engineering program. We have 5 different kinds of engineering: bioengineering, mechanical engineering, industry and systems, computer engineering, and electrical engineering, as well as computer science. So you have the chance to be pursuing lots of different areas in engineering while you are in our Watson School of Engineering. As well as the chance to actually continue on. We have a 5-year program in our School of Engineering that would offer you the chance to do a bachelor's degree and a master's degree in 5 years. And so it cuts off about a year of education, the master's degree being about 2 years long of a program. So you can do all of both of those degrees in 5 years. And you can continue on in your field of engineering, or you can actually get a degree, an MBA. So you can get an undergraduate degree in engineering and a master's in business. Our School of Management is another school that we have here at Binghamton University. It's for anyone who's interested in business. And so within that school, we do have our business administration as well as our accounting majors. But within business administration, there are a lot of concentrations. So if you're interested in global management, if you're interested in entrepreneurship, supply chain management, or interested in finance, you'll be able to focus in one of those major areas while you're a part of that school. We do have our Decker School of Nursing as well, and the Decker School of Nursing is home to our nursing program, and it is one of our most prestigious programs. We do have 100% job placement out of our School of Nursing, and so it is very exciting. You'll be getting into more of your practical experiences a little earlier than some other programs. So you'll get into, in the junior year, you'll be doing some of your more clinical work, but in your sophomore year, you'll actually be doing some observations and volunteer work. And then we have our College of Community and Public Affairs, which is a program that is home to it's home to our Human Development Program. And the Human Development Program is a social psychology. And so it's a chance for you to go out there and really benefit the public. And so you'll have a chance to learn more about social justice and learn more about how families function and personalities and things that are more of a social psychology. So we have like child, youth, and development. We have a social justice concentration. We have nonprofit organizations. There's a chance for you to really go out there and learn about social work and different kinds of people-based careers. And so that's a little bit about how our school is broken down, and now I'll talk a little bit more about how our application process and our student body. And so last year for our applications, we received 29,089 freshman applications for 2,500 freshman spots. So we are a relatively competitive school. And our students this past year, looking at the profile of our students, for our SATs, our average score was about an 1180 to a 1340 for the 2 sections, the math and the critical reading. For the ACT, our average was about a 26 to a 31. For the GPA, it was about a 91 to a 97 or a 3.3 to a 3.9, depending on your conversion scale. And something interesting also is that 90% of our students have brought in advanced credit. And so if you're taking any APs or any IBs or any college level classes that are through an accredited college, so maybe through a local community college or through maybe like Syracuse or a school like that is offering you credit in your school, we'll be able to give you credit for those classes, which is really exciting. You could be coming in with some credits right out of high school. And so for APs, we'll actually give you credit for a 3 or higher on all of your AP exams. For IBs, for a 4 or 5 on your higher level exams, we'll get you 4 credits, and a 6 or a 7 will actually get you 8 credits. And so you could be coming in with a ton of credits. For your college level credits, anything that you pass, a C or higher in the class, we will give you credit for those those classes. And so any institution that you've taken those through, just make sure you get us those transcripts and we will give you credit for them. And so talking more a little bit about what we offer here at Binghamton. And so we do have a very global perspective here at Binghamton University. We want to make sure that you're learning things that are relevant to you in the real world. And so going out there and in the job world, you're going to be meeting people from all over. You're going to be, especially how today is more interconnected with technology, you're going to be talking to people from all different countries, from all different backgrounds. And so our curriculum specifically includes classes that will help you get to know other cultures and learn more about the world around you. And so we do have general education classes that every student is required to take that will actually involve you taking classes in all of the different subjects. So you have a solid basis of all different areas of education before you go out into your major classes. We do have a very international campus, so actually about 12% of our campus is international, which is very exciting. And so you'll have the chance to be living next door to someone who's from a different country, or having a roommate from, for example, my freshman roommate was from China. And so you'll have a chance to get to know people who are coming from other countries to study here. And we do have an excellent study abroad program as well. And so our study abroad program is to over 500 different programs. It's almost 600 at this point, to over 100 different countries. And so you can go for a semester, you can go for a year, you can go for maybe just the summer or the winter session, where you can actually go to another country and study in that country. And so you can take classes that are in your general education. You can take classes in your major, or you can actually take classes that are language immersion classes. So you can learn more about the language there and actually take classes in the other languages. So you could go to Spain and take a class on economics in Spain, which is really an exciting opportunity for you. And the best part about study abroad within the SUNY system is that you don't pay any extra money for your tuition. You'll be paying Binghamton tuition while you're abroad. And so it's just like you're on campus. It's the same tuition price. You'll just pay for your housing as you're living there. So if it's rent or if it's a dorm, you'll be paying for that. But it is a very comparable price. So it is a great opportunity for you to go abroad. We do have over 250 clubs and organizations on campus. They range from academic groups, so there's a biology club, an English club. We have organizations for specific music groups, so we have a cappella groups. We have things like the chamber orchestra and things like that. We have groups that are for specific interests, so if you're interested in ballroom dance or spoken word poetry or something like that, there's over 250 different choices for you. And so if there's something you want to do, there's a good chance there's already an organization for it on our campus. And if there isn't, it's actually relatively easy to start an organization. So you can actually meet up with a couple other friends who want to do the same thing as you. So say you wanted to start a bungee jumping club. You could do that if you find 9 other people who are interested in being a part of your organization and find an advisor. And you can actually get chartered by the school so that you can actually receive funding potentially to go on trips or things like that to fund your organization. We are a Division I sports team at Binghamton University, so we do have 21 Division I sports teams on campus. We are the Bearcats, and so we are very excited to actually lead our conference in fan attendance and spirit. And so it's really exciting that our games are really lively. We actually have a group on campus. It's called the BU Zoo, and they're actually a student-run spirit squad. So they take up half the bleachers at every single game. They make sure the audience is pumped, and they are there to really cheer on our team and keep the spirit flowing. As a SUNY school, we're really excited to offer you the chance to have a lower cost for your attendance to our state school. And so the tuition each year is $6,170. At the end of the year, it's about $22,000 to attend Binghamton University. And so that's with tuition, fees, room and board, all of that. At the end of the year, it's approximately $22,000. And that's before any sort of financial aid. And so I see that one of our questions here, Katie, has asked, how would I know if I receive money from the school? And so how do you know if you receive money? We're actually, when we send out acceptance letters, we actually send out a financial aid package as well. And the financial aid package will have the chance for you to maybe receive different grants, could receive the opportunities for unsubsidized or subsidized loans, and things like that would be all available on that financial aid package. So it will come with your acceptance package shortly after your acceptance package. So they're going out right now for the students that we've already accepted for this coming year, and they should be being received relatively soon. And so let me finish the presentation real quick, and I'll keep getting to more questions. For Our application itself, if you haven't already applied, our applications are still open for this coming fall, actually. But hurry up because they're probably closing soon. But you can go onto our website on admissions.binghamton.edu and fill out an application. You can go through either the SUNY application or the common application. So whichever one is your preference, you can feel free to choose one of those two. And then we do require one letter of recommendation from a counselor or a teacher. We will take more than that, but preferably one or two, not too many, because it's a lot to read. We did receive 29,000 applications this past year. So feel free to submit an application for this coming fall, or if you're a junior or a sophomore and you're starting your college search and starting to look at which colleges you want to apply, feel free to go on the admissions website and check out our school and learn a little bit more about the programs that we offer and the chance for you to be a part of our institution. And so at this point, I'm going to ask for more questions. And so I'm going to go through some of the questions that have been being asked while I'm presenting. And so Emmy asks, do you have a pharmacy and or a dental program? Right now, we actually just got chartered to start our pharmacy program. So we are actually in the process of building a pharmacy school at Binghamton University. And we are very, very excited about it, but it is unfortunately not built just yet. And so we are hoping that it will be built, I believe it's 2016? I'm going to go to Teresa for this one, but I'll come back to that. I'll explain a little more about it. But it is going to be a full-fledged pharmacy school where you'll be able to continue with your pharmacy degree and become a licensed pharmacist in our program. And that is about to happen. We just started the talks of it, and so it has finally just gotten approved to begin. We do not have a dental program at Binghamton University right now, but we do have pre-dental for if you're interested in any sort of medical-related field, so dentistry, optometry, medicine, surgery, any of that. We do have a pre-health major here. A PreHealth major is the chance for you to take all of the prerequisite classes you need for those kinds of programs, and to have an advisor who's specifically in the health-related field to talk to you about your applications to those professional schools, to talk to you about the classes you're taking, and to make sure that you're on the right path. And so they'll talk to you about all of that as an advisor. You can go to them, and they actually provide a lot of workshops where you can talk to local physicians. They'll do like a day in the life of an optometrist, and they'll have an optometrist talk to you and show you his life. You can shadow different professional health workers so that you have the chance to get a better understanding of what it means to be in that career. And so there really is a very solid program here. And the nice thing is that actually for our pre-health students, we have about a 70% acceptance rate into medical school from here. And so that means our students are very prepared and they make very strong applicants, not just because of the classes and the rigor of their curriculum, but also because they're able to do those shadowing situations and to get the solid knowledge and the practical experience of medicine before you actually apply to the school. And so our pharmacy program, 2017. So our pharmacy program is actually scheduled to begin in 2017. And so by the time, actually, if you are a junior, by the time you get to the point where you're graduating from Binghamton, we will have a pharmacy program instituted. All right. Chris asks, how much would be tuition and how much are dorms? And so the tuition itself, I'll put it back up for you. So our cost itself, the tuition, is about $6,000 a year. Fees is usually technology fees and things like that that every school has you pay, where you will have, it's about $2,000 at Binghamton University, and our room and board is about $14,000. And so as a freshman, you are required to live on campus unless you're a commuter, and so you're from a local area. But if you are, once you are a sophomore, you're not required to live on campus anymore. So you could potentially find an apartment locally. We do have a great opportunity for you as an through our off-campus housing website to actually look at some of our local housing complexes that are available to students. And so we have a lot of the opportunities for you to live in these housing complexes that are privately owned but are run through the university. And so you can actually, only students are allowed to live there. And so it's very, very safe, and it has a key card access, so it is very safe. And it's usually moderately fairly inexpensive because they know that you're a student and that they're trying to provide to the student body. And so there are a number of those available in our local area, as well as private housing that you could go through as well. That's a good question. Well, we're out of questions. So if anyone else has any more questions, you can feel free to keep asking them. I'm going to talk a little bit about, let's see. So I'll talk a little bit more about the programs that we have here at Binghamton and some of the questions that we typically get from our students. And so whenever I'm doing an information session, I tend to get a couple questions about what if I applied for one program and I don't want it anymore, I want to change to another one. And so for our institution, the way that we work is that when you apply to Binghamton, by indicating your major interest, we're going to separate you into one of those 5 colleges I mentioned, the Harper College, the School of Management, the Watson School of Engineering, the nursing program, and the College of Community and Public Affairs. And so once you're separated into that, you will be admitted directly into one of those 3 programs, which is very exciting because that means that for any of you interested in maybe one of our more professional programs, you are admitted directly to that program and you do not need to reapply later, which is very exciting. It means that you have a chance to be admitted directly to a nursing program, directly to a business school, and not have to worry about getting a certain GPA or taking certain classes before you get into into the program. And so you'll have the chance to start those classes a little earlier than you would if you had to do another application process, and to work with the advisors in that program from day one. And so if you were applying to a specific program, so let's say you applied to the School of Management, but then you realized, I really want to be an engineer. If you were accepted to the School of Management, once you are a student here, you can actually do what's called an intra-university transfer. And the inter-university transfer is the chance for you to actually do a new application where you would apply to the new school. You can talk to the advisors from your intended school and learn exactly which classes you should be taking, what GPA you should be striving for, so you'd make the best applicant possible. And so you can do that. It is an application process, so it's not guaranteed, but if you talk to your advisors ahead of time, you can get a good idea of what to expect from your application. So it's definitely possible to switch. We have a couple more questions coming in, so let's get to those. So where is Binghamton located? So Binghamton University, we are located in Binghamton, New York, which is about 3 hours away from New York City. And so we are located in the southern tier. So actually, if you look at us on a map, we're very close to Pennsylvania. And so we're actually about 15 to 20 minutes away from the border of Pennsylvania. So we're very south in the state, even though we are upstate New York. But we're located, actually, we are in the suburbs of a minor city. And so we're in Vestal, New York, which is about 5 minutes away from downtown Binghamton, New York. And Binghamton is a minor city. It's not at all like New York City. It is a little bit smaller, but it is, we're in the suburbs. And so we have access to the city, but we're not actually in the hustle and bustle that is New York, that is like a city like New York. And so we are a condensed campus. We are not spread out through buildings in a town or in a city or anything like that. We are one main structured campus. And so you'll have the chance to walk from building to building on campus and not have to walk through a city or anything like that. And our campus itself is considered to be a mid-sized campus, a larger mid-sized campus. So we are about 12,000 undergraduate students. We, to walk from one end of campus to the other, maybe a half an hour, I'd say.
15 minutes.
15?
To get from one side of campus to the other.
In the academic sides. If you were walking,
Door to the dorm, 15 minutes.
Okay, well, Teresa says that from one end of campus to the other end of campus is 15 minutes. I must walk much more slowly than she does. But I would say from the absolute furthest dorm to an academic classroom, it's about a 10 to 15 minute walk. And so you don't have to feel like your campus is gigantic. It's really nice because I'll talk a little bit more about our housing, actually. The way our housing is broken down is actually in community form. And so the community form actually gives you the chance to have a cluster of dorms that surround a dining hall community center. And so having that, it's almost like its own little neighborhood. And so each of those neighborhoods is your chance to have a little niche on campus and to have a feel of the people who are around you. You can kind of get to see some familiar faces and things like that so that you feel at home in your community. And the communities are really nice too because they all have their own traditions. They all put on different programs that you'll be able to participate in. Some of them have their own a cappella groups, their own theater troupes. They all have the opportunity to be a part of Hall Council, which is kind of like student government for your building. And so you'll put on fun programs and fundraise and things like that. But it is a really great time. And our residence halls do offer 3 different kinds of housing. There's corridor style, which is your typical college room that you see in a movie, where there's 2 people in a a dorm style room, exit to a hallway that has a bathroom that a few rooms share. And so it's usually like 5 rooms or so. They clean those every day, so you don't have to worry about that, but they do share that bathroom. Then we have our suite style. Our suite style is actually like mini apartments, and so they're basically apartments without the kitchen. So they have a common room, their own bathroom, and then they have 3 bedrooms that have 2 people in it each. And so you'll have your own. It's usually 6 people. You usually have your own 6-person apartment where there's a kitchen available in the building, but you'll have your own contained little apartment. Then we have the flat style. And flat style is actually the chance for you to have almost like a combination of the two that I just described. We'll have 2 bedrooms that are the single corridor rooms that exit to a hallway, but there's one bathroom in the middle that only the 4 of you have access to. And so that's exciting because it's your own bathroom, it's your own space, but you still have the chance to be very social and have to go outside to go to sit in the common room or sit in the social lounge or use the study room, and it'll be a very social experience for you. So that's how our housing works a little bit. We have another question in. Do you study law or business? So we do have a business program here. It's in our School of Management. The School of Management is an excellent program. It has a very high reputation. It has the opportunity for you to study either business administration or to study accounting. And they also, I mentioned before, in our School of Engineering, we have a 5-year program. In our School of Management, we do as well, where you could actually stay for 1 extra year to leave with a bachelor's and a master's degree. And so that's a really great option for a lot of students who want to maybe do accounting and want to get a master's degree right off the bat, students who want to get an MBA. You'll have the chance to stay for the 1 extra year and participate in that. Our law program, we actually don't have a straight law program. We do have pre-law, which is the chance for you to have a pre-law advisor, and the pre-law advisor will talk to you about your law applications to law school, or whether or not you want to go on to law school or some kind of law-related field. A chance for you to shadow lawyers, to do volunteer work, to intern in different law offices and government buildings and things like that all around our campus. As well as they'll give you recommendations on the kinds of curriculum you should have. Because for law school, it's a little different than with medical school. There aren't specific prerequisite classes you need to have for law school. But what they'll do is they'll show you that you should have a strong reading and writing component to your curriculum. And so they'll try to get you to study things and to take classes that really push you to read and write a lot, so that when you get to law school, it's a smooth transition for you. And our pre-law program is very excellent. We actually have a 94% acceptance rate into law school, and so that's showing that our students are very, very prepared. They have a lot of resume building experiences on campus. We also do have pre-law student organizations on campus where you can be a part of different groups that put on different events and bring visiting speakers. They also do a lot of fundraising, and they really do recommend that you join those groups so that you can network and get to know each other and really talk to each other about your applications and learn more about the law field in general. And the same thing goes for pre-med. For any pre-professional program, we do offer the chance for you to be in a pre-society. And so there'll be pre-health society. There's the chance for you to get to know the other people in the program and to really go and be involved in the community. We have pre-architecture, where we don't have straight architecture here at Binghamton, but it will give you the chance to learn more about the architecture field, talk to architects, and to actually go into an architecture master's degree elsewhere. And so there's a chance for you to really just explore those future career goals in a lot of different ways. And here at Binghamton, we do have a really excellent career center. And our career center in all of our majors is able to help you talk to you about what I do with an English degree. Or they'll ask you you'll say, I want to be a doctor, how do I get there? And they'll give you more, a better understanding about how to get to the career that you want, or what careers are an option for you. Maybe something that you might not have thought of to do with an English major, so you can pursue those different fields. And they'll actually bring in a lot of different employers to our campus. And so we have every year, there's over 500 employers that come to campus just to talk to our students, to interview them, to talk to them about their companies. And so we do have career fairs where it's almost like a college fair. So if you've ever been to a college fair in a gymnasium where they have the tables and the booths set up, that's exactly what it's like, where we have a a whole bunch of different career organizations come, and they're able to talk to you about their organization and potentially even offer you an interview or an internship on the spot, which is really exciting. And the Career Center will also do resume reviews, and they'll do like mock interviews and things like that too, because they want you to be the best candidate that you can possibly be. And so they'll help you find internships and externships in your hometown. So you can actually, during the summer or the winter session, you can actually continue with your internship and receive credit for it at Binghamton, which is really, really exciting. And so there's also the opportunity to do internships or to find work or volunteering outside of the United States as well. And so if you decide to do a study abroad program, you could actually potentially do an internship abroad instead of classes, where we actually have one, for example, one relationship with an engineering firm in Germany. We can actually go to Germany and work in an engineering firm for a semester instead of taking classes like taking biology or something. You can actually go and do that. And so it really does offer you the chance to go out there and work practically in the real world. I'm going to take a sip of coffee. Hold on. And so we're having those are some very good questions. So, do you have any more? And so some other questions that we tend to get from our parents and from our students in the audience when we're doing our information sessions is talking about campus life and what there is to do on campus. And so I mentioned that there's a lot of different opportunities on our campus for a lot of things to do during the week, during the weekends, lots of organizations to be a part of. We actually do have it's called Late Night Binghamton, where we actually have a program that the union will actually put on different events every Friday and Saturday night all throughout the semester. And so there's always something happening on campus for you to do. So there will be visiting performances. So we'll have lots of concerts. We have visiting comedians. We had a ventriloquist once. We had a magician, like all of these really cool things coming to campus. One time they brought an entire reptile zoo. It was very, very cool. And it just filled up the entire union with snakes. We do have a movie theater and a bowling alley on campus. And so you have the opportunity to go there. The bowling is very inexpensive. It's like $3 a game and $2 for shoes or something like that. So you can go and bowl. We also do in our surrounding area. We also have a lot of local organizations that will come to our campus too. And so they'll do a lot in the union. So like I know before finals, they tend to have like free massages and things like that, which is really fun. We do have a lot of concerts, like I mentioned. We do have Spring Fling, which is actually a huge festival. And so you'll have the chance to go to it's like a carnival. And so they'll bring in lots of rides, and they'll have like the pirate ship, and they have a bouncy castle, and they sell lots of different foods. We have lots of different things coming there, and there will be a major feature as well. And so in the past we had Passion Pit, we had Drake, we had Switchfoot, we had a whole bunch of really incredible artists coming to our campus. And so they're really great features, and they're very inexpensive tickets, which is amazing. We also, in our surrounding area, do have a lot of different things going on as well. And so not only are there things to do on campus, also off campus, there's a lot going on in our area. So we do have a zoo downtown where if you're interested maybe in pre-vet, you can actually volunteer or intern or something like that too. But it's also really fun just to walk around. So we do have a zoo down there. We have skiing and hiking in our local area, as well as kayaking, canoeing, things like that, right in our nearby area. And actually our ski club on campus is one of our largest organizations on campus, because it offers discounted tickets for skiing for a whole day. They'll bus you to and from the ski mountain, and so you'll be able to go there. It's something like $30 a day to go skiing, which is amazing. And so that's a really great opportunity you do have on campus. We also do have the First Friday Art Walk, which is my personal favorite thing to do on campus or in our area. And what they'll do is they'll actually have a lot of the smaller businesses downtown will actually open up their doors to the public on the first Friday of every month, or all of the art galleries will actually have public viewings. A lot of our restaurants will have different specials they put on, and there's live music, and there's really a lot of different things that are going on that night. So it's like a mini festival the first Friday of every month. Then we also do have our sports teams So on campus, you can go cheer on the Bearcats, or if you're interested, you can actually go downtown. We have our home to the Binghamton Senators, which is the farm team for the Ottawa Senators, or you can actually go and participate and go watch the game of the Binghamton Mets, which are the farm team for the Mets. So any Yankee fans out there, I apologize. I'm a Mets fan. It's exciting. You can go to the games, and they're very, very cheap. They have a lot of like theme nights and things like that, so you can get a lot of free stuff, which is cool. We also do have Restaurant Week, which is a really fun thing coming up. They take an entire week where they'll actually have a lot of restaurants will have really, really discounted prices, and they'll offer special meals during lunch and dinner of the entire week. And so that's coming up soon, actually. I think it's next week or the week after, where you'll actually be able to go to those restaurants and you'll try out some of their foods and get the chance to really experience the downtown area. And it's a very lively area. Binghamton is ranked one of the safest mid-sized cities in the country, and so it's a very, very safe area. It's like I said, you're all from New York City. It's much smaller of a city, but it is still, there's a lot to do. There's really lots of things going on, lots of little shops, lots of restaurants to go to down there. And let's see, more things to do on campus. Yeah, let's talk a little bit about the weather. I'm sure that you guys are concerned about this, given that we are in the middle of whatever winter storm Vulcan. We actually only got about half an inch of snow, so you shouldn't feel like the weather is too much. We do get snow here in Binghamton. It's not a crazy amount of snow, and they are pretty good, especially around campus. They are very, very good with plowing it and making sure that everything is safe and that the ice is all cleared up and salted and everything like that. And so we are not that north in the state, like I said, so it is a cold winter, but it's not a frigid winter. And so I would say that our weather is actually fairly comparable to that of New York City. I'm originally from Long Island, and so I would say that the weather at growing up is very similar to the weather around Binghamton, New York. So I can talk a little bit more about like general education and things like that, and also about APs, because that's probably something that you might be thinking about. And so if you're taking any APs or thinking about registering for any APs or IBs or anything like that, it is exciting that we will take 3s or higher in those classes. But first of all, before I even go into getting credit and things like that for your classes, make sure that you're doing what's best for you. And by that I mean push yourself. Don't take classes just for the grade. Don't say, oh, I can get an A if I don't take the AP. But also take classes that are challenging, because you definitely do not want to get to college having not challenged yourself and realize college is hard. And it might be a hard transition if you're not pushing yourself to do the best you can and to take the most challenging courses for you. And whether that's an AP or whether that's an honors class or whether it's Regents level, whatever that means to you, that's what you should be doing. Find a balance and learn what your strengths and weaknesses are so that you can really strive to work hard in those areas that are your strengths and are your passions. If you really like biology, take the AP biology. If you don't like English, don't take AP English. It's really depends on what is best for you. But don't think that you need to take a completely full AP course load in order to be admitted to Binghamton University or to any school. We really want you to be the strongest applicant you can be. And to do that, you really need to have a good understanding of what is an appropriate workload for you. And so talk to your counselor, talk to your parents, talk to your friends, talk to your favorite teacher, figure out what is the best course load for you for the future. For our APs and things like that, I did mention we take a 3 or higher. A 5 or a 4 may actually help eliminate some of those classes that you need to take. And so a 5 or a 4 in, for example, AP U.S. History will actually get it to count as your U.S. History requirement for your general education. And so our general education does have approximately, depending on how many you come in with, approximately 10 classes that you need to take outside your major. And so you'll need to take those classes in order to graduate, and every person has to take them. And so some of your APs and your IBs and your college level classes, we'll be able to count some of those out so that you can get to start on your upper level classes and your major level classes a little sooner. If you have any specific questions about those, you can actually look on our website. You can search Binghamton University Equivalency Table, and it will come up that it will show you an AP equivalency table where it'll show you exactly what your AP class will count as at Binghamton. And so if you got a 3, it'll tell you what a 3 will count as. If you got a 4, if you got a 5, it'll show you exactly what it will mean for you. And maybe some of those classes that you can start to eliminate. And then when you talk to your advisor, and every student here has an advisor, you'll have an advising office in each of the colleges, and so you'll be able to talk to them about your specific major interests and what classes you're taking. And they'll be able to talk to you and counsel you about what's best for you. But you'll talk to your advisor, and you'll already have eliminated some classes. So you can actually start taking some of the classes here that are higher level a little quicker, and you can not double dip, not take classes you've already taken. And so we do have a new program actually that's coming out that's called the Freshman Research Immersion Program. And so it's an invitation-only program, but for those of you that are sophomores and juniors and you're interested in sciences, this might be something that you would be interested in looking into. And the Freshman Research Immersion Program is very new this year. It's the first round of it, so it's really, really exciting. And what it does is it gives our freshmen the chance to be automatically in a research stream, coming in as a freshman. And so that means that you don't have to search for research. You will automatically have the opportunity to be able to first semester take a research methods class. So you learn more about the theory of research and how to research and the practical applications of it. But then your next 2 semesters, you're going to actually spend your time in a lab or doing research with some very prestigious faculty members. And so each of our streams has 30 people that are able to participate. We have a chemistry stream, which is specifically about biofilms. We have a neuroscience one, which is about degenerative diseases, and we have one that is about there are 3 streams. What's the last one? Neuroscience. We have one neuroscience. We have one about pretty sure it's biology, and there's also a biological one.
It's green.
Oh, green energy. Yes, absolutely. And green energy and sustainability. And so we do have those 3 streams that you're able to be a part of, and it is very exciting. It is really new this year, and so I recommend you look it up on our website and check it out if research and science are something you're interested in, because it can lead you on to so many more research opportunities at Binghamton University. We have a question coming in. So Leanne says, is having AP classes important to Binghamton? And so Binghamton University, we want you to be taking a rigorous curriculum. We want you to be striving to push yourself and to challenge yourself. You are not required to take AP classes in order to be admitted, but demonstrating a rigorous curriculum is a really good idea because it does make you a stronger applicant. And so having AP classes or honors classes. The other thing to realize is that's very important is that we understand each of your schools, and that you might not be offered AP computer science at your school. And so we're not going to penalize you for not having taken those classes if they're not available to you. And so we do understand exactly what's offered when we come visit your high schools in the fall, or we even just talk with your counselors. They provide us with a profile of your school. It tells us the curriculum that is available to you and exactly what levels of each classes you have, so that we know what rigor you're taking that's available to you at your school. And so the short answer is, we want you to push yourself. We really do want you to take challenging courses, and rigor of curriculum definitely goes with that. But it's not required in order to be admitted. And so another question that we usually get associated with that is it better to take the AP class and get a B in the class, or is it better to take the Regents level class and get an A? That is up to you. If you don't think you're going to demonstrate mastery in the class, if you don't think you are going to get the most out of your class, if you're taking the AP class is going to bring down your GPA because it's not something that you feel like you're going to succeed in, and it could potentially harm your other grades because you're spending so much time on it, then you might want to reconsider taking that class. If it is something that you think you will, of course, excel in, if there is no cutoff that I can tell you, if you think you're going to get this, you should take it. That's not how it works. It's really, do you think that you will be successful in that class? If you think you will, then take the class. If you think that it's too much for you and you're already taking 3 APs, should I take the fourth one? Think about it. Is it worth it? Talk to your counselor. They will be able to give you the best recommendation possible. Oh, and another thing that I can talk about our campus life, until another question comes in, is talking about public transportation, which is very important, and the public transportation system here is excellent. So going around our campus itself is not that big that you need a bus to get from one side of campus to the other, but you could potentially do it if you were interested. We do have 2 systems of buses here. We have a campus bus system, which will get you all around our campus, as well as up the Vestal Parkway, which is right near our campus, get you to all the major shops. They'll get you to Target, to Walmart, to over to the mall, to Wegmans. It'll get you to all of the major places that you want to go, as well as downtown. And then we also have the city bus system, which goes in pretty much the exact same places, but it means that we have a way more frequent bus schedule, and so you'll be able to be picked up. It's usually every 5 to 10 minutes or so. You'll be able to find a bus that will take you around campus and up to all of those major areas. And so that's exciting. In order to get back down to New York City, if you didn't have a car, which freshmen, by the way, are not allowed to have cars, but once you're a sophomore, you are allowed to have cars on campus. For getting back down to New York City, we do have vacation buses, which are available for you on campus. And what they do is during major breaks, they'll actually give you the chance to buy a bus ticket and take a bus straight from here down to a lot of major areas in the city, as well as Long Island, New Jersey, and they're starting to expand up into Connecticut and Massachusetts. And so you'll be able to take the bus down home for the breaks, and they'll take you back up at your scheduled time. We also have a Greyhound bus terminal that is right downtown, so if you ever needed to get home at any point when the break buses were not available to you, you could also participate in those, and you can go down and get tickets from there. And they have buses going out of Binghamton pretty much every day, multiple times a day. And so you'd be able to find one of those tickets as well. And so there's opportunity for that, as well as for some of the other experiences off campus. We do have some trips that our students are able to go to through the union, and so we have trips where you're actually able to go down to see a Broadway show for very inexpensive. They'll take you up skiing, like I said before, and they do bus trips like that for weekends a lot of the time as well. They'll do a kayaking trip. They're called escape buses, and so you'll be able to go to that. I can talk a little bit about our food on campus, because I'm sure that's something that's important to you guys, being that you might be living here. It's important to know what food is like on campus, and so there are a lot of different options. Our food here is actually all done a la carte. There is no all-you-can-eat kind of situation, but we do have a la carte food where you can go, and we actually serve our food at wholesale prices, and so it's without tax and without the additional profit. And so our French fries are like 14 cents, and a cheeseburger is like 23 cents. And so you can buy food for very inexpensive. So your meal plan really goes pretty far. But we do have a dining hall in each of our communities. So each of the communities I mentioned before, there's 5 of them. Each of those 5 communities has their own dining hall in it. And so you'll be able to go to that one, go to any of those at any time. And each one kind of has their own cuisine too, which is really cool. And so one of them specifically has Thai food. Another one has a Mexican station. Another one has a breakfast foods, like pancakes and things like that. And another one has home style foods. So they'll have meatloaf and mashed potatoes and comfort food, But we also have, in addition to those dining halls that are all available to you, we also do have in the center of campus by the classes, we do have lots of different cafes and things like that, as well as our new marketplace. And the new marketplace is very exciting. It just opened up a couple weeks ago, and it's really spectacular. And so you have the chance to go there. There's, I think, something like 13 different stations ranging from Chinese food, Indian food. There's almost like a Chipotle style burrito station. We do have sandwiches, there's pizza, there's a vegetarian section, there's kosher. We do have kosher eats on campus, so there's 3 different kinds opportunities specifically to find kosher food in an all kosher style dining section, but there also is the opportunity for you to get kosher options and vegetarian options and vegan options at all of the different stations in our campus. And so even if you had an allergy So if you had like a peanut allergy or you were allergic to shellfish or something like that, you can call ahead and actually have food prepared for you, saying, "I'm going to come at 5:30 and I'm going to come and pick up my food," and they'll be actually able to have food available for you at that time so that you can go get it, which is a really nice benefit because anyone who has a food allergy knows that it can be really hard to find things you can eat. And so having that opportunity on campus just to call up and say, "Hey, could you make me something that I can eat that I know is safe," is a really great opportunity for you. We do have health services on campus too, going off the idea of food allergies in case something goes wrong. We do have health services on campus as well. And the health services are available to you at any point. You can actually purchase health insurance through them. So if you didn't have health insurance, it's very inexpensive for students to purchase that health insurance. So, and it is automatic for students to be enrolled in that, but you are able to go to them for their services at any time. And so you can make an appointment if you wanted to get, if you needed a doctor's appointment, or if it's an emergency, you can be a part of that. We also do have Harper's Ferry, which is a student-run, is it EMT? Is that what? EMS program. And so they are able to be available on campus, and if there's ever an emergency or someone needs to be transported to the hospital, if there's an accident, they're right there to be able to help you out. And the cool thing is that since it's completely student run, and you can volunteer there, and it is a really amazing experience. But the best part is that our Harper's Ferry is actually so successful that they actually will help our local community as well. And so they are fully trusted to be an ambulance service, essentially, for our local community. And so we really are having a huge benefit there as well. So I will talk a little bit more about let's talk about like the arts and things on campus. And so I know a lot of questions that we get also is, can I be a part of any of your musical groups or any of your art groups without being a major? Absolutely you can. And so here at Binghamton, most of our students actually that participate in any of our musical ensembles or our theater productions actually are not majors and really just have a passion for music and a really passion for theater. And so any of our theatrical plays you are free to audition for with being any major. Any of our musical groups as well you can be a part of and audition for, as well as we do have an art museum and an art club on campus. So if you're interested in art but didn't necessarily want to major in art, you could still be a part of it and still use your talents and still grow in that way, which is exciting. And the art museum actually has a student exhibit that they show every single semester, where they'll have a lot of the current students put up their art. So you can actually be featured in a gallery in one of your semesters as a student here, even not as a major. And if anyone else has any more questions, feel free to keep sending them in. I would be happy to talk to you about anything else that you have specific questions about, but we are starting to wrap up here, so I will basically just give a brief summation of things that I've talked about a little bit. But in terms of applying, if you have not applied as of yet, we do encourage you very much so to contact us if you have any questions. The best way to get through to us, you can reach us by phone. Our phone number is 607-777-2171, or you can email us at admit@binghamton.edu. That's ADMIT at binghamton.edu. And so you can always reach us at any of those ways. We do encourage you to talk to your counselor, your high school counselor, to see when Binghamton is coming to your school. And so we might be in an area near you soon. Come talk to us at the table. We'd love to answer your questions there. As well as we might be doing personal visits to your school as well. So check with your counselor, see if we're on the schedule at any point during this spring or this coming fall if you're a sophomore or a junior. We would love to talk to you there as well. And so at this point, I guess I am going to close off. If there's no more questions, we will be on chat available for you for the next few hours. We'll be available until 7 p.m. And so if you would like to, if you don't have any questions now, but you have any questions later, please come talk to us on chat from from 2 o'clock until 7 p.m. on the 13th of March. So at this point, I guess I'm going to sign off. Have a wonderful day, and we look forward to hearing from you.